Hello, hello, all. This is Jenny. The day after the Browns game, we lost, but that's okay. It was against the Kansas City Chiefs, and we looked like the better team until the second half. And then we still were the better team, except for we shot ourselves in the foot. It's our own. The Browns beat the Browns. Anyway, still celebrating. Still love my Browns. We'll get them next time. We just needed to practice. Our defense wasn't completely cohesive, but it's a pretty new defensive line, so we'll get better at it. It's okay. And an important off. Anyway, I'm not going to go on. I'm not going to go on about it. I could go on and on. It's okay. It was a close game. It's a 4-point game, and we had a chance to win it at the end, and we just didn't do it. All right, so there you go. 0-1 to start the season. That's how we've started every season for the past 20 years. 0-1. And we did well last year. I think we only lost 5 games last year. So we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. All right. So let's talk diet. Okay, so it was a Browns day. Normally, on a Browns game day, there is a lot of delicious food. What I decided to do was to try to figure out what kind of food can I eat that's still game food. Now, mind you, game food is totally carbs and fats. It's snacks, it's chips, it's pigs in the blanket. It's just lots of bad food. So what I decided to do was get a whole bunch of peppers and to use as a dipping thing instead of chips. And I made buffalo chicken dip, which is like 90% chicken. So in the whole crock pot, there is one thing of cream cheese and one bottle of low fat, low cal, low fat ranch dressing. I could have made it even more low fat if I would have had enough foresight to think about the fact that I should have bought some Greek yogurt from the grocery store. If I would have done that, it would have been better. But I didn't think of it, and I had to start preparing and getting everything ready in the crock pot. And I had just come back from the gym and taken a shower and had my comfy clothes on to get ready for the game. The last thing I wanted to do was go back out and drive 15 minutes to go to the grocery store to get Greek yogurt. So I used the cream cheese instead. It also has some cheese in it. I tried to do more mozzarella cheese, and I don't do cheddar. I do like a Mexican blend, so it's lighter. So yeah, none of those are really, none of them, there was no carbs. I had no carbs in there. There was, I think, 2 carbs per serving on the dressing. So this is not at all what you should be eating, but this is what I did to get through the fact that I normally eat. I normally eat bad for not being on a diet. So, for being on a diet, what I chose to eat yesterday was pretty good. Now, did the scale agree that it was a good choice? No. It went up 0.7. It did go up 0.7. So, and I had 2 bowls, so I kind of had 2 meals. Right at the beginning of the game and at the end of the game. I had 2 bowls of the buffalo chicken dip. So, would it have been better if I just had 1 bowl? Yes. Did I need to eat the second bowl? No. This is where, just like the Browns beat themselves in the game, I beat myself in my weight loss journey yesterday by having that second bowl. I wasn't really hungry. I just kind of wanted it. And you know what? I'm an emotional eater, and it was a little bit of emotional support food because the Browns lost. And it was close. We were winning the whole game until like the 4th quarter, and then we lost by 4 points. So what happens when you cheat? You pay the price. I paid the price. The scale went up 0.7. I'm going to do a little bit of an experiment. I'm thinking what I'm going to do today is have another bowl of that stuff, but only 1. Keep myself to 1 bowl today. And see what it looks like on the scale tomorrow, if I can come back down from it. I don't know. I don't know if that's a possibility or not, but we'll see. Um, Hopefully I can have a bowel movement to help out the scale, but if not, so be it. So that's where I am. I am now down. Here's kind of the depressing thing. At the end of round 2, I was down 19.9 pounds. Yesterday on the scale, I didn't finish out my chart, I finished out the numbers. Yesterday, I was at 19.9 pounds. I was exactly the same weight yesterday that I was at the end of round 2. So, the good news about that is that I did go through P3 and then some weight increase. And then, so I'm only 5 days. This is day 5 of eating on P2, and I've got my weight to be the same as what it was at the end of round 2. So, that is the good news for me, definitely. Um, Overall, just a minus 1.7 pounds on the diet so far. Again, we're 5 days in. I lost 1.7 pounds. Any other diet, we would be like, this is the greatest thing in the world. Typically on HCG, you lose more than that, but that's okay. If we stay on track, I still have 32 days before my weigh in. And I have 13.2 pounds to lose in those 32 days. So I can do that. I can do that. We can do this. Let's just stay on track. Okay. I said I was going to talk about something today, so let me talk about something. Oh, briefly, I just wanted to talk about pricing. Now, I am on the drops, the HCG drops. They are about $30 to $40 a bottle, and one bottle is 1 round of HCG. So, within 1 round, that's 28 days, and I typically lose about 15 pounds in those 28 days. Now I know on my first 2 rounds at the end of it I only lost 20, so it's 10 that averaged out to 10 pounds each. I think I was more than 10 pounds in that first round, and then the second round came pretty quickly afterwards, so it was a slower weight loss. But that lets you know it's a pretty affordable diet, and it's a pretty affordable diet because you are not buying any food. You are eating very, very little food. You're putting in 500 calories a day into your body if you're doing it the right way. I did want to point out that I found some information online about if you go to an actual clinic and have a doctor do the injections for you and monitor your progress. It says your initial visit at the doctor's office is typically about $150. All right, so right there, that lets you know it's a lot. Oh, by the way, let me tell you, on my drops, when I say it's $30 to $40 a bottle, that's generally a range. I never pay that because I always buy the bulk pack where you can get 4 bottles. Because I do. Because I know that eventually I'm going to do 3 more rounds at some point. And the shelf life is really long on them. I can't remember what it said. It was really long shelf life, and they don't have to be refrigerated. So I get 4 bottles, and when I buy 4 bottles, it's $100. So they become $25 a bottle. Again, becoming a very affordable diet. Also a way, sometimes I split it up. I have a girlfriend that I'll sell a bottle to for $25, or a sister or whatever. All right, so getting back to this. So your initial visit at the doctor when you're going to go talk to them about it is around $150. All right, and then each injection is $10 when you go. So that totals $400 for a treatment round. And then it says, plus there are follow-up visits that you pay for as well. That makes it very expensive, doesn't it? So, I love the idea of being monitored by a physician. I love the idea that you would go to the actual clinic. I think that there's a lot of accountability with that. I think that knowing that you're going in someplace and you're getting on a scale and somebody else is looking at that scale, and I just think that the accountability piece is going to make you lose definitely way more weight than if you decide to do this all on your own. Do I think it's worth $400? No, not if the drops work, and the drops work for me. There's also patches. The patches are fairly new. A few years ago, I had never even heard about patches. I don't know, maybe they were around a few years ago, but I heard nothing about them. But now I hear that they're more common. So there's patches that you can put on, and that it just, soaks into your skin and goes into your system that way. The drops, to me, they taste like grape. Some people say they didn't like them, and I'm like, they don't taste bad at all to me. It tastes like watered down grape juice to me. Like, it definitely isn't bad. I've had sublingual drops, other kind of drops that like burn underneath your tongue when you put them in for other things. These don't do that. This is very gentle, very mild. To me, it tastes a little bit sweet. Kind of reminds me of grape. You only have to keep them under there for, I think it says 30 seconds. I try to keep it under my tongue for like 5 minutes. I do until there's so much saliva starting to accumulate in my mouth that I just swallow them. So, anyway, it's an affordable diet. It definitely is an affordable diet. You're going to save a lot of money on this diet because the cost of doing the diet is extremely low, between $25 to $40, and the amount of food you're buying is a quarter or less to the amount of food that you were buying before. So, and you know how expensive food is. So there you go. It's an affordable diet. All right, that's all. I'll be in touch with you tomorrow. Let you know how my little experiment of one bowl of buffalo chicken dip with I cut up a whole bunch of peppers. I probably cut up about 7 of them, and I have a whole bag of them in the refrigerator. So I would say I probably ate about 3 peppers with it. I ate probably about 1.5 peppers per bowl of chicken dip. And how much is a bowl? I don't know, a cup. I think it's about a cup. I think the actual amount of chicken is probably about 4 ounces worth of chicken in there. Yeah. It's just I should have done Greek yogurt instead of the ranch dressing. And when you do Greek yogurt instead of the ranch dressing, you add the dried mix of Hidden Valley ranch dressing. You can buy the dry mixes in the little pouches that you rip open. So you put Greek yogurt with that mix, and then look how much less calories you have. So I did do the light ranch. That helps a little bit. The cheese is the kicker. Can't really do much about the cheese. You could decrease the amount of cheese, I suppose, you put in there. But anyway, we don't need to discuss how to do buffalo chicken dip. It is what it is. I did what I did, and the Browns lost. What a day. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.